What's up, YouTube? Thank you for joining me. This is my first YouTube video. You know me as OG or Bust on Instagram, part of the OG support group. And today we'll be talking about the Airship. The Airship PE on your left. Jordan's PE, white and red. This is the original release. Airship 1984. And the band. The long-lasting PEs. We finally have them all. So let's hop right into it. First, we'll be showing the original 1984 3584. This is the original Airship. The leather is very nice on it. As you can see, it's plush, yet it's durable. This is a beautiful shoe. This is the white and gray. Old school stitching on the tongue. Sole shot. Here's the other shoe. I like to call this the sandpaper swoosh. We're gonna see maybe next year if Jordan Brand brings them back like this. I'm interested to see, because the white and natural gray will be returning next year around February, possibly. I know they will be returning. It's got the Nike branding. So that's the original retail. That's the outsole to the original Airship. Okay, so let's talk about leather. So yeah, this one's kind of very durable. It's yet plush, as you can see in the collar area. Just built to last, you know, really good, amazing quality, thick cuts. The Airship white and red PE. Very, very plush again, as we see. The shape is done really well. You know, these have been really, really well made. Compared to the OG, it's definitely a good nod. They're a little different as far as up on the collar, where you see the band actually is a little more narrow. I think it kind of matches up with the PE a little better. But as far as stitching and craftsmanship, all three are done amazingly. So this one, the leather is definitely more firm. A little bit like the 85 Retro, that firm, durable leather that we got. It's more matte finished, as you can see. It's got the Air Jordan branding on the back. There's your outsole. But the leather is very nice on these. A lot of people are bad mouthing the leather, saying it looks like trash, but as you can see, it's not cheap quality. It's not like your Jordan 1 mid general release leather quality you see sitting at the store, you know, or going to the outlets. So yeah, I'm really happy with these. I think they did a beautiful job. It's definitely a different leather. The black and red leather is different than the 85 Retro. It's got a little more of a sheen to it. Again, they're pretty thick cuts. It looks really nice. They look great next to the OGs. If you come across the front here, as far as the overall build and everything, if you look here, you can see they kind of made this a little smaller, the stitching line. And then you look at the OG, it's got a little wider, it's a little more filled out, the space, if you look at those right between the two. And then the band PE, they actually nailed it. They brought it back right to the original look. They kind of filled it out. You can see the major difference right here when you hold them next to one another. Okay, next we're going to talk about the tongues. The tongues are very similar. They're done very good as far as the height and the thickness. So here's the white and red PE. It's got the number or the size 11 right here on the inside. But the thickness, it's pretty similar. The 85 tongue here, you see it's that shiny silver. They're both very, very similar. They did a real good job of reproducing that. But yeah, that OG stitching though, you can see the weave. It's just something else. You can see it's very similar. It's not an exact, but it's still very, very well done. Let me show you the OG again. The other shoe this time. Those are stitching. Tongue heights are across the board pretty much the same. They really did a good job. Sometimes we see a lot of inconsistencies to the original. Oh yeah, the tongue on this one is really good. I think it might be even a little better than the white and red. The band one it's pretty much on the money. If you can get a shot of that, done very good. As far as overall builds, they're very similar. Let's take the right shoe. We'll take the left one. So at first you think that it's actually, you think this one's taller, but it's actually the midsole. So when you actually hold the shoes together, like say the midsole right here, you can see the uppers are pretty much right on the spot. This is more the Jordan 1 midsole making the effect. This is the Pro Circuit that they recreated, that Jordan Brand recreated. If you hold the OG with the OG ship, they're pretty much identical. The shape is a little different on the collar, you can see, but they got it pretty darn close. So that's the big difference if you see these three together. Why this one may look lower, just because this isn't as thick. But the actual upper on each is the same height. Again, the shape on the ankle is really nice. On the, all three are nice. I mean, these are great still, but I think they really nailed it with a couple details on the band. Alright, so next we're going to talk about the outsole. We talked about the midsole, the different height, how it would reflect on the upper to make the shoe look taller, but it's actually the same. But this is based off of the PE prototype that Jordan wore. The black toe you can see at Channel Chris. It's on Instagram. Because you see the traditional Air Jordan 1 is cut more here, so this higher up arch, this is what you're seeing. So it's basically like a Jordan 1 that we see, all the 85 releases, except this is just arched up a little more. Okay, it's pretty standard. And on the Airship PE, or not PE, I'm sorry, the OG, this is the outsole. So it's a little different. It's got more of a space here. Similar to the Jordan 1, but again, the prototype was kind of built off of the ship. It's a funny thing because you see like a lot of Nike parts being mixed and matched, and they're doing a lot of experimenting, even with the Jordan 1s that MJ wore back in the day, with different outsoles and midsoles, and trying to get them just right to where he's comfortable with them. So that's that one here. And then we see the band that was based off the band Jordan Airship that he wore. So this is actually the Pro Circuit outsole and midsole. It's got the React here. It's a little updated technology for comfort. But that was basically identical to the one that he wore. So you have the Pro Circuit outsole and midsole. You have the OG Airship. And then you have the white and red, kind of Jordan 1 prototype. Get rid of that down here too. So that covers the outsole. All right, next we're going to talk about the heel and the branding. So again, you can see that the Airship, the band are about the same height, and this one's a little lower just because of the midsole. We discussed that. The shape is a little different on the rear end here, but the main difference is the Air Jordan on the band, which I absolutely love. And this is basically the very first Air Jordan unofficial. The very first shoe that Michael Jordan wore that says Air Jordan on it. So, huge piece of history. East Chicago, October 9th, 1984. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Literally minutes away from where I grew up. Right outside the city we grew up. Northwest Indiana, right outside Chicago, about 45 minutes. This happened about 20 minutes away from me. It's just crazy to even think about. But yeah, this is a very nice piece of history to have. And to have these three now together, it's remarkable. If you look at the Nike Air on these two, Jordan's PE, the white and red, was a little different. It actually looked very similar to this. So this is more the general release Nike branding, and this is the PE version. Again, they're about the same height. It's the midsole makes the difference. You wanted it, lower to the ground. Hence, you take the band and you put a tennis. Basically, it's a tennis outsole midsole from the pro circuit, and that's what you get. Looks really cool with the red accents. There was a white and gray pair, so basically the OG pro circuit, you would see this all white, and then this gray accent. I actually have that in my stories under my band little bubble if you go on my Instagram account. But yeah, just a beautiful shoe. All right, next we're going to talk about the detail of stamping on the inside. So each shoe has a little different setup here. We just have a simple size 11 on the white and red PE. If you look on the inside, you can see some Nike Air and the factory tagging dated October 26th, 84. That was actually the debut of MJ, Chicago Stadium. First game. The band, they actually did a little more OG style tagging. So size 11, MNJDLS 385. Not sure what all the numbers stand for right now. MJ, that's pretty obvious, but the rest of it I'm not sure. 85. 385. I don't know if that's March 85. Maybe that's when they were produced. I don't know. Maybe somebody has some insight on that. Can leave a comment down below. And then on the OG Airship, general release, we have size 10.5. So the first two pairs are 10.5 or to size 11, and this OG is 10.5. We got 3.584. The factory TY1. All right, YouTube, I want to say thank you for tuning in and checking out the Airship collection I have here. Again, we have the 84 OG, we have the band, and we have the white and red PEs. Major thank you to Jordan Brand again for hooking myself and the OG support group up with the New Beginnings pack. A huge thank you to Marco and Backdoor Bodega. And a huge thank you to the missus. Somebody's got to find those and help the old OG fund. So the teamwork makes the dream work. And thank you guys for tuning in.